Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. 90-Day Fiancé, shocking reasons behind Sumit catfishing Jenny. 90-Day Fiancé stars Sumit Singh and Jenny Slatin are one of the most inspirational couples from the franchise. Many people have doubted their future due to their age gap. Sumit's family was also against their relationship. However, the two defied all odds and are now living happily in India. But despite the happiness, some fans can't help but recall one of the most disturbing stories about the two. One of them was regarding Sumit's catfishing story. Keep reading to see what happened. Jenny and Sumit continue to stay in touch with fans online. One of the latest updates from the couple was their celebration of the Diwali festival in India. The 90-Day Fiancé stars watched some fireworks in their town and also lit up some of their own. Last month, Sumit took to social media to share a heartwarming message for Jenny, shutting down speculations that they're facing marital issues. According to him, he hasn't found anyone like his wife, and he believes that another Jenny doesn't exist anywhere. He added, "As far as I can see you, only I don't even look ahead of that." Some Redditors discussed one of the most memorable stories of Sumit Singh during his early days with Jenny Slatin. It's none other than his catfishing incident. The 90-Day Fiancé star created a fake Facebook account using the name Michael Jones. He ended up meeting Jenny, and they eventually built a relationship. Jenny later discovered what he did, but she forgave him because they already had feelings for each other. Several Redditors also believe Sumit's decision to pretend to be someone else gave him some sense of joy and escape from reality. Regardless, many are glad that the two worked things out and are now living happily as a married couple. Maybe pretending to be someone else gave Sumit some sense of joy and control. Also distraction from his life. Why he chose Jenny? I don't know. He didn't come to US. And to my knowledge, he didn't use her financially, so maybe there was no end goal but to be happy. But I'm glad it worked out for them. He was a sad 20-something virgin, and his parents were in charge of the rest of his life. He took the lifeline Jenny was holding. I think he just felt insecure about his looks. Didn't she catfish him back? I bet it's a numbers game. Basically cast a wide net and see what you catch. Based on their social media posts, it appears Jenny and Sumit are no longer moving back to the US. It was reported that the two currently run an online food business where Sumit is the cook. But despite their success, it seems Jenny still wants to get back to the reality show. Earlier this year, the 90-Day Fiancé star was spotted begging to bring them back for another spin-off because they have more stories to share, aside from what was shown in 90-Day Diaries. The 90-Day Fiancé franchise is full of unexpected twists, heart-wrenching moments, and emotional roller coasters. One of the most talked-about couples in the franchise is Sumit and Jenny, whose relationship has captivated viewers over the years. From Sumit's initial secret marriage to his eventual catfishing of Jenny, their story has left fans questioning the motivations behind his actions. While some might label Sumit as a villain, others sympathize with his predicament. The truth, however, might lie somewhere in between. Here's a deeper dive into the shocking reasons behind Sumit's decision to catfish Jenny. 1. Pressure from family and cultural expectations. Sumit's journey with Jenny began in a world of secrecy and deception, primarily driven by the intense pressure from his traditional Indian family. In Indian culture, especially among conservative families, arranged marriages are still a common practice, and there is often an overwhelming expectation to marry within the community. Sumit, growing up in this environment, faced not only societal pressure, but also the weight of familial obligations. When he met Jenny, an older woman from America, it was a relationship that defied all norms. Initially, Sumit might have believed that the only way to keep Jenny in his life was to keep her hidden from his family. His decision to catfish her, to pretend to be someone else online, could have been rooted in his deep fear of disappointing his family and the societal repercussions of his romantic choices. For Sumit, keeping the relationship a secret seemed like a necessary compromise to preserve his connection with Jenny without completely severing ties with his family and culture. 2. A deep fear of rejection. In addition to the external pressure from his family, Sumit's fear of rejection may have played a pivotal role in his decision to deceive Jenny. Growing up in a conservative environment where marrying someone outside of the expected social circle was frowned upon, Sumit might have developed insecurities about his self-worth. When he met Jenny, who was much older than him and from a different country, he may have felt that he wasn't enough in her eyes. The idea of Jenny discovering the truth about his previous marriage or his true identity might have terrified him, as it could lead to rejection from someone he loved and admired. Catfishing Jenny could have been a way for Sumit to control how she saw him, crafting a version of himself that he felt was more desirable or acceptable. It was an act of self-preservation, born from the fear that the real Sumit, with all his flaws, might not measure up. 3. Inexperience and emotional immaturity. Sumit's actions could also be attributed to his emotional immaturity. At the time he first met Jenny, he was young and inexperienced in navigating the complexities of adult relationships. His deception might have stemmed from a lack of emotional maturity or understanding of how to communicate effectively in a serious relationship. He wasn't equipped to confront the tough conversations with Jenny about his true life, marriage, and family situation. In many ways, Sumit's catfishing was a way of avoiding reality, a form of escapism that allowed him to present a version of himself that was free from the consequences of his lies. Instead of owning up to his actions and confronting his fears, he chose to manipulate the situation. His relationship with Jenny may have been his first taste of adult love, and instead of navigating it honestly, he resorted to deceit. 4. A desire for financial security and a better life. Another significant factor behind Sumit's decision to catfish Jenny could be the desire for a better life, particularly financial security. Jenny, a woman from America, had access to resources and opportunities that Sumit could only dream of. Over the course of their relationship, it became clear that Sumit was hoping for a more comfortable life, one that was not dependent on his family or his current circumstances in India. By catfishing Jenny, Sumit might have been attempting to build a facade of perfection to entice her to continue sending him money, and to support his dreams of immigrating to the U.S. He may have believed that the longer he kept her in the dark, the longer he could benefit from her financial contributions. This idea of financial security could have clouded his judgment, as he hoped Jenny would eventually see him as the ideal partner, one worthy of her trust and love. 5. Naivety about the relationship's seriousness. Sumit's initial perception of his relationship with Jenny could have been rooted in naivety. It's possible that he did not fully understand the gravity of their connection, especially when it was based on an online interaction. For him, the online version of himself, the one he presented to Jenny, may have seemed like the idealized version of a perfect partner. The relationship was still in its early stages, and he may have felt it was not time to reveal his true identity. As the relationship evolved, Sumit may have realized how serious Jenny was about their future, but by that point, his web of lies had already grown too large. He may have rationalized that revealing the truth would hurt her too much, so he continued the facade, believing it would be easier to maintain the illusion than face the consequences of his deception. 6. The thrill of the chase. For some individuals, deceit and manipulation can stem from the thrill of the chase. The excitement of keeping a secret and hiding one's true self can become addictive. Sumit's catfishing of Jenny could have been fueled by the rush he felt in presenting a false persona. This psychological aspect of deception, the game of manipulation, might have kept him hooked on the idea of maintaining control over Jenny's perception of him. Moreover, the longer Sumit kept the truth from Jenny, the more invested she became in the relationship. For someone seeking validation and affirmation, this kind of emotional manipulation can feel empowering. Sumit may have struggled with his own insecurities and felt validated by Jenny's devotion, even if it was based on lies. The power dynamic in their relationship, built on deception, may have given him a sense of control.